Hello everyone, and welcome back to part 5 of the Sims 3 Create a World series. If you are liking this video and this series and the content that I am putting on my channel, just feel free to go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and like the video if you are enjoying it. That lets me know that you're liking the content that I am creating, along with helping the algorithm on YouTube to get my video out to more viewers. Today we are going to be working on in the custom world that I am creating for Sims 3. I currently do not have a name for this world. I'm thinking of a name that would have the word valley in it, just because it feels like it's some kind of valley, because I've got the mountains all the way around it for the most part. So if you have any ideas or suggestions that might be able to help come up with a title for this world, just go ahead and leave them in the comments below. So in the video today, we are going to be doing a little bit more landscaping around the town. I think I'll probably be doing a lot of landscaping here and there, just as I think of things, to add. I want the world to be lush and full of plants. So I'm thinking back in the time, prior to electricity, because I do plan on making this world kind of look like that's the time period that it's in. I plan on using a lot of candlesticks, and because of that I feel like there'd be a lot more trees even in the town area possibly than what we're kind of used to, at least what I'm used to. Where I live, there isn't really a lot of plants and trees in town, so I thought I would probably do the lots and try to incorporate as much greenery as I can, just to try to help fill in that area some more. So right now it does appear fairly bare without very much trees in that area, just because I haven't done anything with those lots. But I'm hoping when I get the lots done and I get them into the world for when you go ahead and download, it'll look more lush and green with lots of plants. So now I'm kind of working on kind of like the pathway, I guess you could say, going up to where the castle is going to be. That's going to be the museum. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to make that a museum, and I was just trying to get kind of something there to kind of for the walkway. I do end up changing it. I don't leave it all green, but I thought I'd go around and do some more of the terrain painting in the areas where the trees and stuff are going to go. So I was just kind of picking all the valley areas and just kind of painting them green for now. That was just kind of giving me a visual on where I'm going to be putting the trees. I go in and do some more terrain painting, trying to get it layered up a little bit more and get different textures in there. So something that I would have really liked would have been able to put in trees that had a little bit of snow on them. But unfortunately, that's not something that can be done. So instead, like I said, I do a lot more terrain painting in here to try to give it a little bit more texture, layering it up a bit. I don't like just a solid color like that, so I do a lot of layers with the terrain paints. So I end up going in, and you'll see me do that here in a little bit. I will get some of the dirt and sand in there as well, and then I'll go back into the areas that are a little bit higher up there with the snow, and I will fill in more of it with more snow to kind of make it look like it's kind of melting a little bit. So maybe it'll make it look a little bit more realistic, that the snow on the trees probably have already melted, and they can see that even the pathway areas or where the trees are also kind of melting. I think it looks really good, and you'll see here in a minute, I'll be getting to that here pretty soon. You'll see that I put that snow in, and it does actually look really good. I'm quite happy with how it looked. And yeah, I don't think I could have done it any better than what I did. But yeah, we're just going ahead and putting in some of the dry grass, I think is what I use, because I thought that looked the best. Because again, I don't see this area being too super green. I do feel that it probably have some of the dead grass. So here is where I'm putting in the some more of the snow to make it look like the snow is there, but it's kind of melting, almost like we're going out of the winter season and into the spring season. So that's kind of what I thought anyway that it looked like. So, but anyway, so I do end up doing this throughout the entire world, where all the mountains are. I just don't show it here in the video. I do cut that all out because, again, I don't see the reason to show all of it. That would be very repetitious. So, and I don't really want to bore you, like I've said before, with the same thing over and over. So I did cut most of that out. So here we are working on the path. It's the pathway taking you from below all the way up to where our castle is going to sit. I tried to make it look as natural as I could. I didn't want, most of the paths, I have them kind of designed where you wouldn't necessarily know that there was a path there. So maybe if you download this world and you were just kind of looking around, you wouldn't necessarily see that there was a path there, and that maybe this castle that we're going to put there was just kind of like maybe a decoration until, you know, you either click on it and realize that yes, you can visit it, and then it'll make it look like when your Sims are going to it, like they're just kind of walking on their own through the sand and through the stone. So I do a little bit more work on that to try to make it look as natural as possible. The sidewalks, the streets, they do get a little finicky. As you can see here, what I'm trying to do is I was trying to move the end of it, but it does sometimes get a little finicky. And anybody who's ever worked in Create a World, you'll probably understand what I'm saying. For the most part, I understand how they move and how they work, but every now and then you get one that just wants to be a real major pain. So here I am. I'm just getting all of these sidewalks in, the paths into any of the lots that are off the road. So those, I might change those paths, because right now I just have them there just to kind of put them there. Even though I'm even taking some of that dirt and I'm kind of putting them around the sidewalks or the pathway there to make them look a little bit more natural. I think some of them I'm going to change, kind of like this one right here that I'm putting in, this big one. I'm thinking about making some of them look more like the grass. That way they can blend in. That way it kind of gives the impression that your Sim is just kind of wandering through the woods, weaving in and out of the trees to get to their destination, while some of them maybe might have a little bit more of a dirt path to walk on. Some of them, of course, are attached to the actual road. Just kind of a mixture of things, because again, this world is going to be a world designed to not have cars. You will have to have a mod that turns off cars. NROS mods, I'm trying to think of what mod it is that does it. Traffic, I believe that's what it's called. It's the traffic mod. You can actually turn off all the cars, and that way you don't have any at all in the world. I'm going to give that a try. That's kind of how I'm envisioning this world anyway, is to be a carless world. I do plan on putting in the subways. I plan on kind of hiding them if I can, but not really. They're going to be, I'm going to try to, I've never worked with subways, so I'm not sure how it's going to work. I've never done them. But I want to make it look like they aren't there, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to kind of put the subway station where it looks like it's inside of a building to kind of match the world. This way your Sims are able to still move around the world fairly quickly, because they can move pretty darn slow if they have to walk or run. So, and since the game doesn't have any, you know, like horse and buggy type of car, if you don't have pets to where your Sim can have a horse and ride the horse to work, then yeah, it'll take them positively forever. So I do plan on incorporating subways in some way or another. So just keep in mind that late night will be another pack that is going to be in or required for this world, just so we can utilize the subway station. So here I am, just again doing a little bit more touch up on all the sidewalks here. There is a 64 by 64 lot. You probably seen me put that in. I wasn't sure if I was going to put one in or not, so I ended up deciding to go ahead and do it. I'm not really a fan of them. I just find them to be too big to build on, just too much land to try to fill in. And I tend to run out of ideas on how to fill all of that in. But I know some really like those really big lots, so I put one in. The only thing is I did not put it on a flat land. It will have a little bit of a mountain in it, and it will have some of the beach in it. I did that on purpose to try to take up some more of the lot, but you can always do as you please with it if you want to, manipulate that a little bit more once you are building on it. So here are the screenshots. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any comments or suggestions, leave them below. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye.